Alright everyone, hello and welcome to yet another first impressions video on another interesting game that I found and I would really like to check out together with you all. I actually grabbed myself this game on the Steam Winter Sale for a pretty decent price, I think, and the game is Parkitect. Now, Parkitect is actually kind of an interesting one because I really only got to hear about it through Darkroom, whom a few of you may know, who is a moderator on my Twitch and is actually a long-standing viewer of the channel, and he kind of mentioned the game back when I actually started my new Planet Coaster series on this channel, and we were chatting about it a bit, and I thought it was kind of interesting. Kind of forgot about it for a while, and then I saw it pop back up in the Steam sale, and I was like, yeah, it's a decent price, let's grab it, let's check it out, and let's see if we maybe do a small series on the channel or even a bit bigger of one. So, well, here we are now today to take a little bit of a look, see what this game is all about, and see what you all think about it as well. So, as with all of my latest first impressions videos, please make sure to let me know your thoughts right down below. I would very much love to hear them. Do you like the game? Do you think we should look a bit more at it on the channel? Let me know down below. With that out of the way, let me go and hit the campaign button right here. I know it's still in German, but in theory we should be swapping to English here in a second, so fingers crossed that's going to work. As you can see, that pop-up right there is already in English, so I'm kind of positive it will. And let's go and look what we will have coming up. Now, as far as I could see, this should be starting us out with a tutorial right here, as you can see, also nice and in English. So that should be a very nice way to get us started in the game then. Very beautiful, cute graphic in the game, by the way. I would kind of say it's kind of more akin to something like the Roller Coaster Tycoon franchise, and less like something like Planet Coaster, of course. So a bit of a different approach, but a very beautiful and nostalgic, back to the roots approach, most definitely. So I'm very much looking forward to it. Now let's read this way. So we're gonna head into the tutorial in the Loopy Lagoon. Warm weather and an idyllic setting, this lagoon with its pre-existing rides is the perfect place to experiment and learn how a park operates. Relax and take your time. This is only the beginning. Let's do that then. Let's relax, let's take our time, let's see what it's all about. And here we are. I love the looks already, oh my god. This is so, I mean, I don't know, for like the younger people in my audience, maybe this is not as much of something that they can relate to. But I think if you're like more than 20 years old, you'll probably have played Roller Coaster Tycoon in your childhood or in your youth, and you'll, I don't know, this is such a throwback to me. It's just so lovely, these graphics. I don't know, it's just something about it that makes me so happy. But okay, so let's start the tutorial for now. Hey there, future Parkitect. This tutorial will teach you the basic skills for running your own theme park. Please select a lesson. Camera controls, WASD, and hold middle mouse. And oh right, okay. Yep, okay. Rotate the view, left alt and middle mouse, and that way we can rotate. Also can use Q&E, which is nice and simple, but I guess you can do it a little bit more granular this way. If you, or if I hold alt and do Q&E, okay, alright. Zooming, yeah, I mean, pretty easy, page up and down, I'm not going to use that. And that's about everything. Building controls. If you want to build a theme park, you really should know how building works. Fortunately, it is not too difficult. The controls are mostly the same, whether you're building a shop, a ride, or anything else, but for this example, let's try building some decoration. Open the deco menu from the bottom menu bar. Pick something you like and place it anywhere in the park using the left mouse button. Okay, so I guess, okay, just looking at the menus maybe real quick for a start. We've got like day-night cycles apparently, which is nice. We've got some ratings here in our park, which is also pretty interesting to see. We've got like an overview of like profit and what we're paying and everything, how many guests we have. We can speed up time. We've got weather, which is an interesting fact that I think Planet Coaster doesn't have. So it could be that it's raining and way less people come, or nobody comes at all. Could be that it's cold and nobody comes by. That's an interesting factor. It's a new one, at least compared to Planet Coaster. We've got like basic things like staff management, research, finances in here, which is also very interesting. Good to see that we've got research going on here. Sure, we'll be introduced to it a bit later, and then we've got like our build menu down here. So, game said this menu. Now we've got a lot of lanterns and lamps, and oh wow, that's actually a lot. We've even got fire jets and water jets. I mean, I would guess that maybe through like some control panel you can bind that to one of these coasters or something. That would be kind of cool. But we've got like effects out here. Beautiful, by the way. I like how, I have to say, I like how this merges so much more into the water than it does in Planet Coaster. If you know, I'm kind of struggling currently with this huge concrete platform that I have around the splash areas in Planet Coaster because I can't integrate it into lakes properly. It seems to be a bit solved a bit more elegantly in this game, so I do like that. But we've got like, I don't know, let's do flowers. Let's do a flower patch, and we're going to place it right here. Beautiful. I destroyed a tree. Rip. Okay. But okay, so as long as your build tool is open, your cursor looks like this. You can destroy things with a right click. Ah. Okay, so I can just go boop. And I even get, did I just pay $6 for it and get $6 back? Okay, interesting. But okay, good to know. If you hold the right click and move the mouse around, it'll continue destroying things, but only objects that belong to the same category as the one you initially clicked on. That's actually pretty smart, I like it. This is useful for quickly destroying only a bunch of rocks without having to be afraid of destroying anything else. Very, very great idea on that side of things. I think that's very good to have. Alternatively, you can also use the bulldozer tool from the bottom menu bar. That one is most useful for destroying large amounts of things at once. You'll get a full refund for destroyed objects for quite a while after they have been built, so don't be afraid to... Ah, okay, so that's actually kind of interesting. This part with for quite a while after they have been built makes me think that there is sort of a value depreciation over time element to this, which I like that quite a lot. I mean, I guess that makes sense, you know, if you want to roll back things quickly, you know, you can think of it as just sending things back that you ordered on Amazon, you're going to get the money back, but if it's like 3 years old, it may have become a little worn or out of time, and you'll get less money back, or it'll have to be... I like it. I think that's a great concept right there. I mean, everything else, you know, if you build something for $10 and you can sell it for $2 instantly right after... Oh my god! What is this? There's an entertainer that's basically a dinosaur. That's great. I love that. But yeah, I mean, there's other kind of base concept that other games seem to have. If you buy something for $10 and it's instantly just worth $2, it's like, yeah. I think I saw a meme on Reddit about it once for like MMOs being like, I'll sell you this very fine sword for $200, and you try and sell back to him like 2 minutes after, and he's like, I can give you $2 for this piece of garbage to keep it within the YouTube terms right there, but I think you could get where I'm sort of going with that. That's kind of a bit mad. Also very interesting. This, by the way, seems to be a combination between a coaster and like a boat ride, which is kind of cool. I like it. Very interesting stuff. But let's move on. We did do that, so that's fine. By the way, you might have noticed a text box in the top right corner. Oh, okay. So you get control hints right here, which is very nice. It'll tell you that you can rotate objects using space. Also very good to know, thanks a lot. Most things can be raised up or down by holding left shift and moving the mouse up or down. You can also use left control to raise the object to the same height as whatever is below your mouse cursor. Try placing something, for example, rock above this blue curve here. Let's try that. So, Jesus Christ, there's a... Oh my god! Look at this, 153 props, 546 structures. God. I mean, this seems to be a bit more limited, but there's also research that could be going way crazier. But god, the decorative items, like, it's 188 types of walls. I like it. I mean, I love it. It's, you all know I love the complexity. Let's try and find a rock, though. Alright, rock. Okay, there's a rock right there. And now we want to try and build it on top of this. So, okay, you can see right here, it shows me a height, which is nice. Or we can hold left control to raise the object to whatever is below my mouse cursor. That is left control. It's not really doing much of anything, is it? Confused, to say the least. But we want to build it on top of here, so we can just do it with shift. That's totally fine by me. Moving on, try placing something. We did that. Finally, here are some quick tips for building deco specifically. You can, oh, by the way, turning like that, nice. You can find the object pipette tool near the top of the deco builder window, which lets you quickly clone any. Oh, nice. Okay, I always love that when you can do it on Planet Coaster. That makes things way quicker. Near the top. Let's see. Oh, here. Okay, that's great. So I can just go like, oh, I'll have another one that's floating. Thank you. That's great. I love that. That's a great tool to have. Many decorative objects can be placed freely, but when holding left alt, they will snap to a grid, which is super handy for placing objects very precisely. You can change the grid size by holding left alt and hitting a number key. Ah. Okay, so here's the grid, basically. And if I... Oh, look at that. If I hit 4, we've got a grid size of 4, and then 5, and then 6. That's actually very nice. And, you know, we can place it freely, or we can just snap it to that grid, basically. And it seems to be a bit more granular than that. Even you can go in between the... Well, okay, I like that. That's pretty good. That's very nice to get things nice and aligned if you want to. Okay, that was quite complex for just building some decorative items, but it's a good start. I really love the way this park looks so far, by the way. And I love the way these coasters look. It's just so... I don't know, it's like this cute kind of graphics, you know, it's maybe even got a bit of its own style, you know. I mean, the core principle is way more Roller Coaster Tycoon than Planet Coaster. But I would also say, you know, that there's like sort of this cute element to it. That's probably a bit more into the cute side of things than you would have it in Roller Coaster Tycoon. But I like it. It's, you know, it's taking a concept and it's kind of developing that onwards to its own art style. I do very much like that. So, your first ride then. Can I get rid of this? Thank you. Rides are the most important thing in a theme park, of course. They're very big and intense rides like roller coasters, but also smaller, much less intense rides. Roller coasters attract many new guests to the park and most people love them. Guests are different though. Some people prefer the less intense rides, and ideally your park should offer something for everyone. Since this park already has many intense rides, let's take a look at how to build a simple, calm ride. Oh, that's an issue. Riverside Zone Turkey Legs. Oh, a store where you can buy turkey legs. Awesome. Okay, so we want to go build here. Someone on the radio mentioned Hypercube. That's actually very nice, you know, like ad effects basically and everything. That's kind of cool. Without me actually advertising things, I've kind of got like external effects on the park. That's something we don't have on Planet Coaster, is it? I like it. That's cool. So let's go with the real classic, the carousel. Select it from the rides menu in the bottom menu bar, place it in the highlights area. You can rotate it with space, of course. So we're gonna do that. Well, I mean, is there any use in rotating a carousel? Probably not. Now, we want to go and get an entrance. I guess you do a queue and everything, right? That's pretty much the same principle between all these games, be it Planet Coaster, be it Roller Coaster Tycoon. So, we're going to have an entrance and exit and have a queue. Could have put the entrance right next to the path, but it's better to give guests some space where they can wait for their turn on the ride, so let's add a queue line. Open the path, build a window from the bottom menu bar. There we go. And then we have our queues right here, I guess. These are designs, I suppose. Yeah, you can see that right there. And then we can... Okay, nice. What do you want to pick for a design? I would like to kind of match these cobblestones a bit, maybe. No, that doesn't look too great. That's like people basically waiting in on the bathroom or something. Maybe we want to actually make it different. I don't know. We don't need to pay too much attention to it. So let's try not to waste too much time. We're just going to do this. We're going to do that. And there's the entrance. And it even has a little ticker saying closed right there. Look at this guy. Hello. He's happy. That's nice. I don't know. I like this game already. What do I say? Alright, so finally the ride needs to be opened. Close the path builder, click on the carousel to open its info window right here. Now click the green open button. There we go. And it's open for business. We've got a nice ticket store out there. People can start queuing up. We've got sounds and everything. Oh. That's just great, isn't it? I don't know, but like, carousels is like instant childhood memories. That's awesome. Why did you turn around, mate? What in the world? Oh wait, is that like a mechanic? It is. Huh. Okay. Well, that's awesome. Alright, moving on. By the way, in most scenarios, you'll start with a very small amount of rides and you'll have to research new ones. The research menu can be found in the left menu bar. So right here, we already found that. And we're going to move on to finances. Sooner or later, your park will have to make some money or will have to close. You can either charge guests for using the rides or charge a fee at the park entrance simply for entering the park. You can also do both at once, but if you charge for your rides, most people will probably not be willing to pay a very high park entrance fee. Which makes a lot of sense. I hate when parks do that in the real world. That absolutely sucks. And then, there's also the shops, which are an important source of income as well. Makes a lot of sense. Let's use this coaster over here as an example for how to adjust the prices. Simply click on the ride and the input field for the price will be right there. Did already see that on the carousel actually. But how much can you charge? That's always the number one question, isn't it? Even in Planet Coaster, I'm never sure. I always experiment. Generally, the more exciting a ride, the more guests will be willing to pay, but you should listen to guests' opinions to really find out. You can find all of the most recent thoughts your guests had about this on the opinions tab, so right here. Was a really good deal, so I guess we can increase the prices a bit. To get the full picture of how well your park is doing, let's take a peek at your finest window and the left menu bar. Right here. Here, you get the full summary of where you're making or losing money and how the values change each month. The most important row is operating, right here, which is a sum of all money you're making and spending simply from running the park, so this does not include sporadic costs like purchases of new rides, for example. Yeah, that makes sense, that's good. As long as this number is positive, you will be fine. In the new park, you won't make much money yet, so that will be a negative number, and you will have to work towards changing that. And, still a very low number, to be honest. Then again, I mean, like, 15k, maybe you kind of got to see this as millions, to be honest, because, like, a balloon store is not going to cost 200 bucks. Maybe it's going to cost, I mean, 200k is maybe a bit much, but... well, I think you cannot see this too much as like real world money. Just got to adopt to kind of a bit like a new appreciation for the value of money here probably. But that's fine. So, moving on, in case you do run out of money, you can get loans from the loans tab. Just remember that this is not free money. There will be a monthly fee that you'll have to pay as long as the loan isn't paid back, so be careful to invest this loan money into the right rides that excite your guests and bring a bigger audience to your park. And yeah, I mean, if it's anything close to Planet Coaster, you need to be very careful with this, because this can drop you into a very, very deep hole of despair and endless loan payments. So better watch out with that. And this is instantly a thing that reminds me of Roller Coaster Tycoon, by the way. Guests puking all over the place. I hope we've got some janitors, because this trash bin seems to be totally filled too, so fingers crossed. Moving on though, we've got the shops now to actually take care of. Your guests will get hungry and thirsty eventually, so let's take a look at how to build and operate a food stall. Select a shop from the shop menu and place it in the highlighted area. Highlighted area being right at the entrance, which is an interesting choice. Because I wouldn't think that all my guests would be there, but that's fine. We'll go right here. And what do we want to do? Do we want to do pizza? I think we already had turkey legs, right? So let's do pizza. Alright, who doesn't love pizza? Put that right there. See that symbol above the shop? It means that the shop is out of stock. And that was kind of the message we got for the turkey legs thing too, didn't we? Oh. This over here is a park's delivery center where all shop products arrive. A hauler will have to pick up these crates and deliver them to the shops. Right now your park has no haulers, so open the staff management window, then select the hauler tab and hire at least one. Place him somewhere on a path and he'll eventually go and deliver these crates. That's interesting to know. Totally different approach from anything I've ever known, but I like it. I think it sounds kind of cool. And you can see right here we don't have any janitors either, so yay. Let's get one. Let's grab one. Let's plunk him down. And he's now delivering salt. Delivering salt. Glorious. That's instantly the right thing in the gaming context. Delivering salt to the turkey leg store, and he's got a lot of things to deliver. I'm not sure he can do that all on his own, but you know, have fun, buddy. That's going to be a long, long walk. That's interesting. I like this. This is cool. We've got a staff training room too. We've got a staff room. It's all very interesting. All very interesting. But okay, so he's moving. Has to walk quite a way to get to the shop. That'll take a while. Guests are also not going to be too thrilled to see these big crates being carried around, which makes sense. Shops can be stocked from the back, so let's build a shortcut for the hauler to finish his work more quickly and without annoying our guests. Open the path builder, and well. Okay, that's actually kind of nice. That's good to know, so we can kind of just hide away those paths, basically, so the guests can't see them. Very interesting to know that right there. I would actually like to, yeah. Ah, okay, so this is like an employee-only path, basically, yeah? Mate, you're walking on a non-pathed path or something. But okay, so this one is for employees only then. And we did take care of that. Now, well done. Most food creates some trash. We should put some trash bins up next, or this park will turn into a dump. To be honest, it already has, but yeah, we should do that. So, open decorations, which is apparently where we can find that. And select the path attachments tab. Wherever I can find that. Structures, trees. Oh, right, tab. Okay, so there's even more stuff then. Insane. There's photo spots. That's actually kind of cool. But we want trash bins, I guess. We'll just see which ones we have available. And let's do these. I think these are kind of fitting in alright, aren't they? That should be fine. So, trash bins will eventually have to be emptied, so you should also get janitors, as I thought, and we are going to grab those, so let's hire maybe even 2, and they can run all over the park and take care of all that puke and everything. Thank you. So, that should help, hopefully. Yeah, well, let's move on. So, great, stocking shops has a cost, and the shopkeepers want to be paid each month as well, so we will leave it at this when our park is still small. This should take care of our guests' needs for now, and once we make a steady profit and more guests come to the park, we can always expand further. Alright, yeah, I guess that makes sense. I do have to say, by the way, I really love this entrance design too. This game is indeed beautiful, isn't it? And there's a lot of design options too, to be honest. It's kind of in a different approach from what I can see so far compared to Planet Coasters, where like you build like every building, every tiny little detail, and you can go super into detail, and somebody with that much OCD like me is going to go into that much detail. This seems to be a bit more modular, if that makes sense. But there's still a lot of like options to design this park. I mean, look at this. It's still absolutely beautiful, isn't it? I love it. Oh my god, that hauler is going to get absolutely wrecked. He's trying to supply these stores down there, I think, and he's moving from all the way up there. That's going to take ages. Absolutely insane. But okay, let's go and check out behind the scenes real quick. As your park grows, it'll become more difficult to supply shops that are far away from the deliveries buildings, such as the ones over here. You could, for example, build a network of underground employee paths leading here. That's actually kind of cool. But transporting all these crates by foot will still be slow. Yeah, true that. Another option is using the transport system, which is a fast but expensive way to get the crates to any location on the park. Let's place a depot in the highlighted area. That sounds kind of cool. Where do I get a depot from? Here. Park utilities. Transport tubes? This is kind of sick, to be honest. I do like that. So I guess here, yeah? Oh no, that's the tubes. I need a depot. Wait, that's wrong. How do I... Oh, right, that's a depot. But what's transport tubes? I really badly want to know now. That's kind of sick. Is this kind of tying in with a depot, or... is this just... Yes, it is. Next, we'll have to connect the underground connectors of the depot and the deliveries building using tubes. That is sick. Okay, so here we've got a connector now. Now we build like a huge... Oh, Jesus Christ, that's huge. tube network for a lot of money, actually. You can, like, considering how much it is in in-game value. And plonk. Jesus Christ, that's cool. Finally, we need to tell the depot which crates it should receive. Close the tube builder, then click on the depot and add the 2 shops to it. So, we will go over here again. We'll add. And like this, so kind of like... And there go the crates. Bloop, they're there. That's actually darn fast. I like it. Well done. Your haulers can pick up the crates for these shops at the depot now instead of having to walk all the way over to the deliveries building. Now there's just one small problem. But yeah, that's kind of nice. I mean, you do need to still get your employees out here, so I guess it still takes some time, but at least it's all in one spot. And, you know, like, they don't have to run over for each individual crate, I suppose. Now, what's the problem, though? Guests enjoy being fully immersed in your park. They don't want to see how it operates behind the scenes. Whenever they get a direct view of park utility buildings, this breaks their immersion. Let's check the decoration visualization view to get a better idea for what doesn't look so nice to your guests. Open the visualization. So this is like a heat map thing again, isn't it? Yes, decoration. And, well, the area around the depot is deep red because guests have a direct view of it from all the way over here, so we probably need to shield it off somehow or something, which is also kind of interesting. I guess that's a concept that you somehow also see in Planet Coaster, Planet Zoo, those games. To improve this, the depot should be hidden. For example, you could raise the terrain a bit. Just put like a block of dirt in the way, okay. Oh, you could also place some fences. Okay, so the game's kind of doing it for me right now. Or plant some trees. Or you could block the view using hedges and maybe rocks. Or you could get really involved and construct an entire custom building around the depot. So you can do custom buildings, which is also interesting. That's a lot like Planet Coaster then. But yeah, so you can see, like, they can see it here a bit. But other than that, it's nicely shielded off now. So, interesting, definitely to know that. And you have other things, you know, like rain protection and everything. So, like, weather is actually a factor here. And you can protect them from rain and everything. And there's vandalism, apparently. That's kind of cool. I like this. This is actually super, super interesting. There's a lot of mechanics to this game that so far I really do like a lot. And I mean the visuals, I mean just look at the visuals. The visuals are awesome. Come on, I think we can all agree that this game looks pretty darn cool. But let's move on to building coasters. A good coaster will attract many new guests to our park, so let's learn how to build one. Here's the initial piece for the junior coaster that we will build. Simply right click on this piece to start editing the track. Oh wow. Okay. So this kind of reminds me a bit more of does it remind me? Yeah, I think honestly it does kind of remind me of Theme Park Tycoon? What? I just forgot the game's name for a second, but more of that, less Planet Coaster. But let's look at this. So, coaster trains stop inside a station. The length of the station determines how long coaster trains can be. That makes sense. Build 4 station tiles so we can have longer trains. Station seems to be right here, and we can click build, build, and build. Okay. Okay, so we need to add another 4, basically. Since this coaster gains speed due to gravity, we need to bring it up to a hill first. Enable the lift hill option and build 5 upslope segments. So we'll do the lift, we'll do an upslope. Why not this? Oh, that's actually interesting. So you need to have a half slope up? Yeah, it looks like it. Can't have a full slope up. Maybe it just needs to kind of slope a bit. Maybe you cannot go that steep? No. It needs to be a half slope up for the lift. Okay, so that's cool. We have 2, 3, 4, 5 built, and now we go back to the flat part. So let's do that. Do we still use a lift here? I guess so, right? Because else we couldn't pull it over the crest probably that easily. Yup. Now we disable the lift hill so that the train can move freely, and it's time for the first drop. Build 4 downward slopes. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now we go back to flat part again. The train's already picked up some speed at this point, so a quick transition might feel a bit rough. We can increase the length of track segments and use this to create a smoother transition by using the segment size buttons. Set the segment size to 2 and build a transition back to flat. Okay, that's cool. So you can just do this. Nice. Alright, so that's how you can kind of keep it in check then. Going straight for all this time is a bit boring. Let's build a curve. Flat curves at high speeds can also feel quite uncomfortable, so you might want to bank the track a bit using the banking wheel. So, well, I guess you're going this way, aren't we? Yep, we are. Okay, so that's the way the game wants us to go. And let's build another curve. By the way, there are some helpful visualization modes that you might want to check out. They help with figuring out parts of the ride feel fun or uncomfortable. Lateral G-forces press passengers to the side of the car and are usually not very fun. They can be turned into vertical G-forces by banking the track, which press the passenger into or out of the seat and are much more tolerable. Longitudinal G-forces are generated when accelerating and decelerating the train, which makes a lot of sense. Where could I check that? I guess here? No. Oh, down there. Okay. So we have got vertical G-forces right here. Oh, you've got lateral ones. And lateral ones are honestly not looking that bad except for when we start the banking. But it's really good to know. Airtime. Okay, but that's cool. That's very nice to know that we can check it out that way. Let's build that second part of the curve though. And let's go slope it up again. Driving over hills with some speed pushes the passengers out of their seat. This is called airtime event, and it's pretty fun. Set the segment size to 3 and build an upward slope. Let's do that. Train loses speed over time. It's usually a good idea to make your hills a bit smaller than the previous one. Otherwise, a train might not make it. And we do see a hologram of this train actually driving around, so I guess we can check it out. Build a downward slope. I guess we stay at the same size. Do we do a tunnel now? You surely have noticed by now that there are few differently steep slope options available. You can mix these pretty much however you want. Set the segment size to 2 and build a shallow slope. No tunnel, unfortunately. Damn it. Let's start to think about bringing the train back to the station. This will only be a fairly short coaster, but it's only a tutorial after all. Indeed it is. I guess we would build loopings on our own? Or is there a looping option? There is helixes, S-bends, station, brakes. I don't see loopings. Maybe that depends on the coaster. Could be that. It usually is a good idea to first bring the track back to the same height as the station, as this will make lining up everything much easier in the end. If you check the end of the station, there's a small marker there saying 3. Okay, cool. To properly connect, we need to bring the track back to this height. This can seem a bit tricky sometimes, especially when you're just barely off like we are now. But by using the shallow slope and playing around with the segment size a bit, it's always possible to get it back to the right height. Set the segment size to 2 and build a flat segment. Okay, awesome. That's actually very nice. This tool to kind of align the right heights is very, very handy, I think. I'm not sure we have got something like that in Planet Coaster, so definitely a good thing to have. We're going to build this, and we're going to build a 5 long flagged segment, and I guess we do curve, don't we? No, actually not. Train's still quite fast, and we need to take a few more turns to get back to the station. We could build some bank curves again, but since we don't need that much speed anymore, we can also brake the train and drive around the curves slowly. The longer a brake segment is, the more smoothly it will slow the train down. Set the segment size to 3 and build a brake. Okay, so that's interesting. So it's not like necessarily the effect is even worse. It's more that it breaks more gradually, so that's probably a positive effect. Now, what's the difference between a brake and a block brake? Block brakes fully stop a train if the section until the next block brake station lift isn't clear. Okay, so for having like multiple basically on track. That's interesting. But okay, so 3, and you can also change the brake speed in the bottom right of the track. Build a window when you have the brake option selected. Oh, there we go. So 10 kilometers an hour, basically, we have here. We're going to go with that, I guess, but that's cool that we can kind of select what speed we want, definitely. Set the segment size to 2 and build a curve, as expected. We're going to do that. We're going to build that, and we're going to build that. No? 1. Why would I do 1? That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I told you. Okay, so that was intentional, so we learn how to go back, basically. Sometimes it's not possible to go back. Another option is building an S-bend, which you can find on the right track of the builder window. Build an S-bend to finish the track. Okay, so that's interesting. How do I go back, though? How do I go back? The game doesn't tell me that. Would probably be good to know for the future. Okay. Well, we want an S-bend, but probably a right one. And then we're going to build that, and that's going to be connected, and that is the thing built. Great. This may be a fairly short and simple coaster, but you know everything you need to tackle something more complex. Awesome news. And we've got like our entrance and our exit right there, and we can connect it up, and we've got a small little junior coaster built. Our first coaster in this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful game. And I've really enjoyed myself so far. I think that's pretty much a tutorial done for the time being then. And we can click quit right here and get ourselves right out of it and on to the first proper mission then. So, I think, as we're already at 35 minutes, which is way longer than usual episodes of course, but I do like to take some time with you all to kind of get a feeling for this game, or for these games. But as we are already that far into the episode, I think this is a good chance to call it here then for the first impressions from my side. Me personally, I have to say I absolutely love this game. I'm like 95% sure I just want to instantly get it onto the channel, to be honest. But as always, I would very much love to hear your all opinions down below in the comments. I think that would be very, very great to see what you all think about the game. If you actually would like to see more of it on the channel, should it be a mini-series for a start, kind of just get our feet wet a bit and see what it's all about, or should we just commit to a full series? Would you like to see it more at all? Let me know down below in the comments what you think, and well, if you enjoyed the episode, as always, of course, make sure to hit that like button down below. That does help out the channel a ton. And if you're new around here and haven't done so just yet, also please consider hitting that subscribe button right down below for more first impressions videos, and hopefully also some videos on Parkitect very, very soon. And don't forget about that bell icon either. With that all out of the way though, I'm going to end it off right here for today, and I hope I'll catch you in the next one then. Thanks a lot for watching everyone. Ciao.